Dave, absolutely brilliant to welcome you to Football Fun Factory HQ today on a very momentous day for the Football Fun Factory, our first ever onboarding for our first management franchisees, which we're absolutely delighted to have you a part of. But what I want to know is, where did your passion for football come from in them early days?
100% came from my dad. We used to play in the house all the time, roll up a ball of socks, have a kickabout, take us over the park all the time. And yeah, just loved it. That old saying, eat, sleep, breathe football, like that was him. He was obsessed, he'd watch every game on the telly, just always in the house. I always remember sitting and watching old Football Italia on a Sunday afternoon on Channel 4. Used to love watching that as well. There's even times when my mum had a cleaning job in the evening, she'd shoot off. I was like, she's gone now, 2 pot plants out for a goal and have a kick about me and my brother. So yeah, definitely came from my dad. And then joining my grassroots team, my grassroots coach was just an unbelievable bloke. Yeah, just made me fall in love with it.
And where was that? Where was that first grassroots team? Do you remember their name?
Yeah, they were called Halliford Colts. Shout out to Halliford Colts. Based down in Sunbury in Surrey. My brother played for them, I then joined them, and they were quite a well-known grassroots club in the area. Had teams from back then it was under 8s, through to under 18s. Played for them for 7-9 years. Then I went and joined another team, played with my mates, then I came back and played my final year there. Yeah, used to love our white kit. I always loved white and blue kit. I'll never forget it, it was lovely.
What are them earliest memories of playing with your mates, sort of joining that first grassroots club?
Do you know what, talking about the kit then, we used to have our summer 6-a-side tournament. And I just remember playing my matches, having my pick and mix on the hot dog, playing a game, but then, because it was all the local clubs, you see your mates from school play for other teams. They were my favourite, like the football festivals. They were the highlight of sort of every season. And I don't really remember too much about the games. I loved training, I loved that. And I think that's why I got my passion for coaching. I used to love going training on a Thursday night and seeing my mates, because they weren't all my schoolmates as well, so that's my football mates. Yeah, just playing, having fun, and yeah, I think the whole thing about the football festivals is they were short, quick matches, and even if you didn't get far, it was a day out.
No, yeah.
And it was a good laugh, so yeah, they're my fondest ones, I think.
Brilliant. And was the ambition as a child to become a professional footballer? Was there other ambitions? What were your real interests growing up?
It still is an ambition. But I think like every child, every kid running around kicking a ball, back then I was shouting out Cole, Chadwick, Becks, all those skulls. It's what you do, didn't you, when you shoot? You get Shearers. Became quite apparent, quite quick, that it was just going to be something I was going to do as a hobby and for fun. And like I said, I loved going training, and I loved, even when we started playing 11-a-side, I loved learning about shape, and if the ball goes there, we move here and stuff like that. And I just loved knowing sort of the intricacies about it.
Where did the passion for coaching come from? I know you said at the start you loved going to training because that was probably more fun than the games because of how fun your coaches made it. But where did your sort of passion to get involved with coaching come from?
My dad used to take me over the park and he would tell me how to hit a football, like how to curl it, how to bend it, use the inside outside of your foot. And he would tell me how to do things. I was fascinated about learning. Biomechanics, I've always enjoyed how people move and stuff like that. And then my coach, his name's Mark, he taught me, sounds a bit daft, but he taught me football tactically. Like, shape, where to be when you've got the ball and you haven't got the ball, transitions. He taught me all that and I love learning it. And when I was a captain of my team and I was giving feedback to others, I got that sort of bit of buzz you get from helping others. Yeah. And then I realised that I found it easy to tell others what to do and support other people. And then I had inspirational PE teachers who were absolutely fantastic, and I thought, I wouldn't mind doing that. And I think it just went down that route. I always knew I was going to be some sort of teacher or coach, or in a professional one, helping others or leading as well, because I think it's quite obvious to anyone who knows me, I don't mind being at the front, I don't mind having a bit of attention. So I think all that blended in sort of just, was the right path for me.
And is that when you realised you wanted to go into teaching? So you obviously had to go to university, do whatever you needed to do to get the qualifications, but when you had that sort of the buzz that you got from helping people, is that when you realised, I'm going to go and be a teacher?
Yeah, definitely. I did my work experience at school within the PE department, so I was really fortunate they let me do that for 2 weeks. And then when I got to college, I was doing a BTEC in sport, and it was on my radar to go into teaching and coaching, so I've done a bit of Fulham Foundations and stuff like that. Part of our course, we had to deliver any sort of game session you want to children from the local primary school. It just felt so natural and easy to do, and I reckon if I look back at the session now, it's probably awful. But I just found it so natural, so easy, so much fun. I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do, and it was probably from that moment there kicking on.
So then you went on to become a teacher, I'm sure a fantastic one, found your calling, what it was, and now you're part of the Football Fun Factory. What were the reasons of sort of stepping away from that career to come on board with us as a head coach originally?
There were so many different factors, and the only way I can word it is right time, right place. I was teaching, I'd done some PT work, so I had my own sort of side business or side hustle as they call it nowadays. And then I think I just had all the tools, saw this come up. Looking for teaching jobs, moving to Cambridge, but I thought, let's just give it a go. It's like, might as well do it now, I'm never going to do it. And obviously, with Remy was on the way at that time, I knew I'd want to spend as much time as possible and seeing how the communities operate and how FFF, how we go out and deliver our programmes, it just made sense.
Yeah. And with teaching a career that you absolutely love, but coming into the Football Fun Factory, what are the key differences and what makes the Football Fun Factory head coach opportunity so special in your eyes?
The work-life balance is the key one for me. I say it all the time, I'm so fortunate I've been able to see my boys' first steps, first giggles, first laughs. I've been on hand for a lot of night shifts, so I haven't got to get up to work straight away the next day. I think that for me that's the key one, spending more time with my family, being at home a lot more. I was a PE teacher, so I can't use the story of I'm marking books in the evening, I'm taking books home to mark the weekend, but there was a lot more work to it. But I think when I was in the secondary school, there was a lot more marking, there was more work to do, but I did primary teaching most of the time. It's just now I'm so used to setting my own schedule, having that perfect balance where I can go do this with the boys and Jess, I can kind of plan my own week and it just works. I do feel more rewarded doing this than I did at teaching as well, so it was the right time, the right step for me.